Do you know what's wrong with this chicken breast? At a first glance, it looks like any other nice, juicy chicken breast primed and ready for the deep fryer. But did you know that up to 99% of the chicken we've been eating is actually diseased? This is called white striping disease. And with the average American like myself eating over 100 pounds of chicken every single year, we've all probably eaten one that's been affected. Today, we're going to figure out what the heck big chicken has done with our food, take a look at some breasts under the microscope to figure out what's really going on here, and think about what does this actually mean for people who just can't resist gobbling up some
Nice cock.
Chickens likely originated in Southeast Asia about 10,000 years ago. And because we could eat the pre-chicken and the chicken itself, it quickly gained popularity all around the world. However, the popularity of chickens meant that us humans with our big brains would soon find ways to optimize farming them. Selective breeding and scientific feeding started in the 1900s, resulting in the modern-day broiler chicken. These are the chickens that now provide the world with over 300 billion pounds of protein every single year. These chickens went from needing 112 days to grow to 2.6 pounds in the 1920s to needing just 47 days to grow to a monstrous 6.4 pounds. That means that the modern broiler chicken provides over 150% the amount of protein in less than half the time compared to 100 years ago. Even more miraculous is that these chickens can turn just 2 pounds of feed into 1 pound of itself, which is way more efficient than even your most optimized gym bro. Unfortunately, bigger doesn't always mean better, and as a native Texan, that kind of makes me sad. Take a look at this. What exactly am I looking at? You might ask. This just looks like a normal chicken breast. But if you look carefully, you might notice these white lines running through the chicken breast. Now, if you were like me before I knew about this issue, you might just think that this is perfectly normal chicken breast behavior. However, these strips of white fat running alongside the muscle fibers are actually a symptom of white striping disease. A mildly informed meat enthusiast might be thinking, hey, what's the big deal? Fat is flavor, baby. And I love my steaks thick, marbled, and rare. Perchance, that may be true, but in case you haven't noticed, chickens aren't cows. The marbling in steaks is actually largely genetic, with breeds like Japanese Wagyu metabolizing and storing fat much differently than, say, your American Black Angus. We even crossbreed these cows to get specific flavor and marbling profiles, hence the existence of American Wagyu, which is a crossbreed between your Japanese Wagyu and your American Black Angus. So why is white striping disease bad again? To find out, we're going to need to take a look through the microscope. And as it turns out, I actually can't tell you as much about what's going on here as I wanted to, because I'm an idiot and I didn't realize until I was too far into writing the script that I would be woefully unequipped to stain my breasts properly. However, you can still see the muscle fibers of this chicken breast that I've managed to somewhat dye with some methylene blue. Take a look at the gaps between these muscle fibers. That's where the muscle fibers should be, but they have actually been replaced with fat. Now, let's compare this to a healthy piece of chicken breast, which was actually kind of a struggle for me to find. Notice here how the fibers are all running parallel and smooth alongside each other. This is what healthy growth looks like. Now, during the chicken's 47 days of life, this actually doesn't have much of an effect on them since their lifespans are so short. But the fact that these chickens grow so fast that they can't even hold up their own body weight sometimes might give us an insight into what might be happening here. So, why is this happening, and how did most of our chicken get affected? The leading theory behind why white striping is happening is that the chickens we're eating are growing literally so fast that their biology cannot keep up. Some people with less janky tools than myself have also been investigating the issue, and they've actually written some proper histology reports, which is a study of the microstructures of these chicken breasts. In this Italian 2015 study, they found that white striping disease is characterized by multifocal muscular degeneration, necrosis, fibrosis, and adipose tissue infiltration. Translated to idiot for my own comprehension, it means that they found small muscles, dead muscles, scarred muscles, and fat where muscles should be. And it turns out they saw exactly what we did, just a little bit more clearly. Their images and stains clearly show the prevalence of fat in the musculature of the chicken. Their statistical analysis showed a significant correlation between white striping disease, the body weight of the chicken, and even their average daily weight gain. And because the Italians are Italian, another study from the University of Bologna went even further and researched closely related diseases like wooden breast and spaghetti meat. They linked these all to hypoxia, which is a condition that prevents cells from getting the oxygen they need to survive. When the chicken's muscles grow faster than their blood vessels can, they don't receive the circulation needed to bring in oxygen nor remove waste. So, what does this actually mean for people like you and me? Well, if you're trying to watch for macros in your nutrition, you might actually be getting way more fat than you might have expected. But honestly, that's just a day in the life of your average American. White striping is estimated to increase the fat content of chicken breast by over 220%, decrease protein by 9%, and increase collagen by 10%. If you're a purveyor of flavor, you will definitely notice a difference. But it might not be as big as you might expect. Ethan Chablowski made a video comparing cheap chicken breast with expensive chicken breast, seemingly not knowing that his cheap chicken breast had a significant amount of white striping in it. He noticed a significant difference mainly in the texture of the chicken breast, but not actually the flavor nor aroma. He called the white striped chicken breast
meat fiber forward, if you will.
Describing them as
Loose and kind of fibrous.
just like your mom. The expensive heritage chicken that he tried was described as
Tightly packaged bundle, so
based on what we saw under the microscope. This makes sense, as we could clearly see how loosely packed those muscle fibers in the white striped chicken breast were. However, honestly, it doesn't seem like people care. And frankly, I wouldn't too, since fried chicken tastes pretty damn good, no matter what condition the chicken's in. I do find it fascinating that back in 2012, only 5% of chickens in grocery stores were shown to have white striping. A study found actually that 50% of shoppers wouldn't buy chicken breast if they found white striping on it. But as it turns out, we're all just big liars, since now 99% of packets in grocery stores have at least one contaminated sample, and we're still gobbling up more chicken than ever. This investigative report shows just how unavoidable white striping is in today's grocery stores, with all your popular retailers showing a significant amount of affected breasts on their grocery shelves. The supermarkets with the most egregious offenses were shown to have up to 93% of their packets containing at least one breast with moderate or even severe white striping. That's not even considering the ones that just had a little bit. And this probably isn't even the whole picture, since chickens with too much white striping are likely turned into processed foods such as the greatest snack on earth, Dino Buddies, which by the way are called this since chickens are the descendants of dinosaurs. These are the chickens responsible for getting so much of the world their needed protein, whether that be in a disgusting school lunch or even blended into a smoothie with bananas by your local gym bro. These dinosaurs feed the world. But with corporations getting better and better at squeezing every last cent out of their supply chains, I think it's important for us to be informed consumers, because oh boy, do we consume. And the only way we can become better consumers is by knowing what the heck it is we're actually buying. In what seems to be the golden age of scams, investigating what's actually going on seems to be more and more important every single day. With the largest producers slaughtering over 700 million chickens a year, every single percentage point to them counts. So let me know, are you going to be on the lookout for white striping disease next time you head to the grocery store? Or maybe you're rich enough to pay $9 a pound for the knowledge that you're eating a pretty pampered chicken. Thanks for watching this episode of Not So Small. Sorry it took so long. I got COVID for like the 86th time, which by the way, would not recommend, but you have a great day and happy grilling.